Hey, I wanted to dig in a little bit more with like terms and how we work with algebraic expressions. So I see students do this a lot. They'll see 3 plus 5x and they really want to add that and say, okay, 3 plus 5, I can see that right there. Well, that has to be 8x then, right? And that's where I want to get debunk that notion and talk about why that is not correct and get into what like terms are. So let's think about what this is. This is saying 3 plus 5 times some number is equal to 8 times that number. So we can kind of play around with some numbers. Let's evaluate it. Say x is 2. Does 3 plus 5 times 2, does that equal 8 times 2? Well, we can see that 3 plus 5 times 2 is going to be 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13, and 8 times 2 is 16. So we can see something's not right there. 13 is not equal to 16. So clearly then 3 plus 5x is not the same as 8x. So let's see what else is kind of going on with that. It's again trying to understand what it means here. When we have 3 plus 5x, that's 3 plus, there's 5 times some unknown number, but I don't know what it is. I can't add 3 to it because I don't know what x is yet. So when we're working with algebra, we need to be comfortable leaving just that as it is. They're not like terms. I have 5 times something I don't know, and I'm going to add 3 to it. Eventually, when I do know what x is, then I can add the 3, but I can't in the meantime. So let's contrast that though with one that we can add together. So what if I have 3x plus 5x? Well, why can we add these together? Well, it helps to think about that they both have this factor of x in common. So in other words, this is the same as 3 times x plus 5 times x. Well, they're both multiplying x. So I could actually pull that factor and say, well, okay, that x is multiplying both the 3 and the 5. So let's put it out in the front and use my parentheses to say x is going to multiply this whole group. It's multiplying the 3 and the 5. This is an example of the distributive property. We'll get into more of that later as well too. Well, 3 plus 5, those are like terms. I can add those together, right? 3 plus 5, it's basic arithmetic. That's going to be equal to x times 8. And there's the argument for why I can add 3x plus 5x to equal 8x. They are both like terms. They have the same variable factors of x, and so I can combine them together using the distributive property that we did. So make sure when you're working on simplifying expressions, do they have like terms or not? Do they have the same variable factors? If not, leave it as it is. I can't simplify it. If we do have same variable factors and they are like terms, then let's go ahead and combine them and make things simpler.